Live from the Highland Heights Skyline Chili, where everything happens. It's the Gamble and Finn Over-the-Counter Culture Report. Only on 96 Rock.
And I am especially glad that they open at 10:30, because I'll be waiting for the turn of the line.
You'll be out doing donuts in the parking lot.
You know what? They got a good parking lot for that. Not that I'm encouraging anyone to do that, mind you.
Donuts.
Yes, indeed. It is Over-the-Counter Culture with two guys who are at the absolute tip of culture.
Tip of the spear.
And a guy who, honest to God, if he didn't work at Skyline Chili and be able to communicate with folks around the counter, would have no earthly idea what is going on anywhere.
So he's the perfect man for this report.
He is my hero, and that saddens me that I don't know, structured my life to achieve such low standards. But Dowdy...
Damn.
I'm just
don't
nice.
oversell Dowdy. Okay, he's a good man.
I didn't say he wasn't
Ralph.
a good man, but Dowdy, would you agree?
Ouch, that hurts me that you're my hero. That's terrible. You need to aspire to something.
See, that's what I mean. Dowdy, I was thinking, though, if you didn't work at Skyline Chili and have people convert, you would have no idea what's going on anywhere, would you, really?
Well, yeah, the fact that probably, sure. We'll go with that.
Is that why they have the TVs on up there? A couple different channels, maybe, so you can at least... they're trying to help you there?
Secretly, those are brought in for me, but we pass those off for the customers.
Right,
sure.
like they're for the people that maybe they have an interest, but it's really for Dowdy to keep up on things around him. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, he runs into Highland Heights Skyline to make all his long-distance calls. It's good.
I'm just thinking of Dowdy like a New Year's Eve. It's not like you could text anybody like wishing them a Happy New Year. I mean, they couldn't even reach you.
You know why? Because he spends New Year's Eve with the people he cares about and turns to them and says, Happy New Year.
That's right. I did spend with my family.
Well, that's because no one else would spend it with you. I mean, I understand that. I'm just being honest here.
I do have some friends.
Damn.
Keyword being some.
Yeah, well, I choose them wisely.
I just met you, man. I want to come hang out with you now just because I feel bad on the
No, I don't need the sympathy. Believe me, coming from Gamble, it's not a threat.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Consider your sources.
So how about this 2010? I just tell him that, off air that I'm going to be showing up today. What's the first thing he tells me? Prices go up today.
Just for Gamble, not for anybody else.
Yeah,
I should pay a little closer attention when they hand me my bill. And
usually you hand it to somebody else.
Now, I only have one question for today. Is Doug's mom going to be there to take her Bengal beating?
I don't know if she will be or not. We would hope, because she obviously, when she's there, it's a more lively atmosphere, and she's Gus.
Yeah. Well, I got to figure too that around the counter, the Bengal beatdown, the UC debacle, and then probably UK over U of L in that game.
Yeah.
The three big sports topics. Any one of those stand out more than the other?
Well, I mean, I think the UK Louisville game was like the Crosstown shootout a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, a record crowd at Rupp, which surprised me. When they showed that number, I was like, really? This is the record crowd for that building? But
yeah.
Now, obviously, you only had one day after the Sunday night debacle, but what was the general mindset? Were they, it didn't really matter because, of the circumstances, they'll get them this week, or boy, they got a lot of problems?
I think people are kind of on the fence. They don't know what to think. I mean, certainly they got beat pretty bad, and didn't look good in doing so. So you don't know what to think. I mean,
here's my question. And Finn and I have a little friendly wager here. Do you think they'll sell out? Not with the aided sellout. Will they sell out Saturday?
How close are they? Do we know that?
Well, I haven't seen any numbers yet. It's probably
but my guess
early.
is if they're shy, it'll be 5,000 tickets.
That could be, and then just no shots of the punt, I guess, going through the air to see nobody in the upper decks.
Yeah.
Yes. No, that would be accurate. Now, Dowdy, holidays are always a time when everybody that's, I think, the curse for you. If you sit at the counter, somebody next to you, people who know you guys, people always do like to just say, hey, how your holiday, it's kind of the customary thing to do.
Right.
What is the general reaction of people that you've talked to about the holidays and now that we're into the new year?
They're glad they're over.
Yeah.
The hustle and bustle and just the timing, I guess. And they're glad, the most wonderful time of the year, and everybody's glad it's over.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I heard a lot of people this year more than ever, it seemed, say, God, I just want it to be over. And then, oh, God, I'm glad that's over. And I'm thinking...
Exactly.
But you know what? You brought a good point off the air, is that if it didn't start the day after Halloween, maybe we wouldn't be so damn sick of it by the time we got to it.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing the Chia Pet commercials now before Thanksgiving, which was never... That was never.
That's
But-
a good indicator.
But the one thing, and I think too, I think people are tired of the customary glee. You know what I mean? You got to kind of give the canned answer and all. Now I wonder, and I love this stuff.
Well, some people are sincere about it, Tom.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
Okay. The one thing I am
Coming from your world, I know that's a little tough.
it sometimes can be difficult. But here's what I wonder. Gauging people, we're now into the new year, into the winter and the snow and all that. Do you sense optimism for 2010, or do you just sense we're all glad it's no longer 2009?
I think there's optimism. Certainly, there's always optimism, but then reality seems to have a way of fitting in there at after the first week or whatever.
Yeah, that's what, and I wonder too, from your guys' perspective, right now through the end of February is really, to me, kind of that gloomy, cold, snowfall. Not a lot. Once you get into March, you start to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I got to believe these 2 months, and I know next week back in school at NKU, but these 2 months are rough.
It's rough, especially being in the restaurant business. But I think it's rough everywhere, and hopefully, as I said, hopefully that'll turn around. That's what we're hoping for. I don't know that that's going to take place, but.
Now, you do have a parting story, something you heard though, that I think for anybody out there who
that's an uplifter.
Well, I think this is just I chalk this up to creativity. You can view the circumstances however you choose, but let's be honest. There was a guy who apparently on New Year's Eve was somewhat creative, right?
Yeah, he was. I guess maybe it had his fill of everything up to that point. It wasn't quite New Year's day, night, whatever. And he was in a convenience store, and I guess he had spent considerable time with his family, and he chose to get caught stealing. When asked why he was, caught, he said that he did not want to spend New Year's Eve, with his mother, his wife, and mother-in-law.
So he chose jail.
Yeah.
Well, somebody different. You want to talk to somebody different.
If that's a better option, he's got real problems.
Well, you think?
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe he should be calling an attorney. Would be my first.
I don't think a guy like that makes a call to an attorney. I think he probably is allowed one.
Yeah,
that's
he's
his
provided one, right?
Maybe
Yeah, he's appointed, I believe.
Yeah,
that was his one call.
Right.
Well, Dowdy, make sure I'm looking forward to catching up with you fine guys today. And so,
And do me another favor.
Yeah.
When you guys have Chris Mack on, make sure it's after they play the game as opposed to the day before.
Well, I will say this: I haven't been very good luck. We talked to Mick Cronin yesterday, and
that's what I was alluding to.
I mentioned to him that I would be in attendance, and apparently I didn't bring him. Just how about both these teams win some games?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I, on the other hand, am just a ray of sunshine for these programs.
Well, Finn, maybe you should do the interviewing the day before if that's the case.
Yeah,
but I'm saying maybe call Mack the day after a victory.
There you go.
Okay, we'll file that away. We'll take that under advisement.
We appreciate that. As always, stop in the Highland Heights Skyline, and we thank you guys.
All right, Dowdy, we appreciate it. There
Take care
go.
now.
Roll back over. All right, there you go. I love it after the holidays. So I hope Mom's in there today because she's never there after performances.
Of course not.
You think that's
37-0? 37-0. She won't even come. If she is there, she won't come out of the back.
I'm so tired of people making excuses to this or that or what the hell.
Yeah, but Chad slipped and hurt his knee.
Yeah, and
apparently he broke both his hands too.
Yeah,
because the ball hit him and must have crushed him.
They're wide receivers right now.
Not so good.
You and I could have a better chance of catching a pass. Well, assuming we could run a.
Well, there's a good chance
if
he throws that laser at me, it'll stick to some of the food on my shirt and it'll be a completion.
You know what? Maybe it could just latch on.
Well, let's see what the current results are on the Daily Schlag poll regarding said Bengals after Sunday's brutal beatdown. What will happen this weekend? 70% of responding Rockheads say Bengals lose again. It's the end of the season, while 30% believe they redeem themselves and beat the Jets. And I think they're favored by 3. Is that right? Are the Bengals?
That is correct. That came out yesterday. That's the early, if you will, Las Vegas odds. 3-point fan. And that, you know what? But what that basically means is home field advantage.
Yeah, pick them on a home.
I mean, that's
field
exactly typically. Usually, I think they allot like 3 points for the unsold out PBS. I will. You know what I'll do today too? I'll try to get the latest and greatest ticket count, and we're going to try to catch up on Thursday with our little game on feature, which is at 8:05 every Thursday. We're going to try to get a little Jet perspective. I'm always intrigued to find out what the opposition is thinking. Because people around here are thinking something. They're on the short end of the 37-0 are the Jets. I love the comment from Rex Ryan, the Jets coach. There's a story on Rex Ryan. It's got a little photograph of him, and it says, I think most people hate me, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
That was a great interview. I saw that a whole piece with him.
Oh, that was a very, very well done interview. All right, Rock.